What is up, guys? Welcome back into the Millennial Profit. My name's Adam and I'm a full-time reseller. If you're new here, I show you all different kinds of ways to make money. So if you like money, hit that subscribe button. Welcome back into episode 2 of Flipping from Zero, where I started with no money, showing that you don't need money to start a reselling business. I found some items from around my house, listed those up on eBay, and I've even made some sales. So we're going to break down those numbers on those items that have sold. Then we're going to hit some thrift stores and see if we can turn that money into more money. So let's dive right in. So what sold? Actually, the first thing that sold was the empty MacBook box, kind of as I predicted. I forgot to video that though. It happened on a busy Monday and I honestly just completely forgot. I'm going to try to video and capture every single thing that sells, showing you guys how much I pay to ship it and breaking down all the numbers, just trying to be completely transparent. That one I dropped the ball on, so I'm sorry about that, but the next item I will show you. However, let's break down the numbers on the laptop first. So it sold for $21.99 free shipping. It costs $7.20 to ship priority. We also take out the fees of $2.85. That left us with a profit of $11.95. Again, we didn't have anything in that, so there's no cost of goods sold. The next thing I sold was actually a pair of my old used shoes, and I actually shot a little clip on that, so let's roll that right now. Sending out my Friday orders, and I just sold this pair of used Nike running shoes that I listed in that first video. We're going to break down the numbers here. If we scroll up, we can see that they paid $29.99 free shipping, exactly what I said I was going to list these for. Priority, because it's going to Arizona, is going to cost too much, so we're going to do partial select, so that's what we're going to take out to get our profit. So breaking down the numbers on that one, sold for $29.99 free shipping. Take out our shipping of $10.21 and our fees of $3.59 for a total profit there of $16.19. Now again, I only listed 4 items and these were the only 2 items that sold. Again, guys, not everything is going to sell right away, and that's really what I wanted to show in this series, is that it takes a while to build a business up, especially with no capital like I'm attempting to do in this series. It's going to take a while to build this up to a couple $100, $1,000, but I think that'll be kind of cool for everyone to see the whole process and just see how long it takes things to sell. We're going to literally just have tons of stuff by the end of this and tons of inventory, and that's what we're really trying to build up, because it takes inventory to make sales. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. We add up the shoe profits and the laptop profits, and it gives us a total profit to work with of $28.14. So now we need to take that to some stores and see if we can find some profit. Kohls is actually running a clearance event right now, so I think I'm going to stop in there and see if I can find some cheap shoes to use at least on like half of that, and then we'll take the other half to the Goodwill Bins.
So like that sign just said, these are an additional 50% off, so $16.50 for some Converses. Look at those comps. We are definitely going to scoop these.
Those Converses should move pretty quick for me. I always sell those pretty fast and make some good profits on that. So stay tuned to the next episode to see if those sell. Those haven't sold yet, but I don't expect they'll take much longer than a month or two based on the sell-through rate. After that purchase, though, that leaves us with about $12 in profit left to work with. So we're going to take that to the Goodwill Bins and see how much inventory we can get for $12. I think you'll be pretty amazed with how much stuff you can get at the Goodwill Bins. So let's see what we can find.
So if you've never been to the Goodwill Bins, they basically just throw everything in all of these bins and you kind of fill your cart up and they charge you by the pound. So it's $1.99 per pound. And people act like wild animals when they roll out a new cart. Anyways, though, when I walk right in, I see this pallet of these disposable gloves for $1.99. I'm not even going to bother to look those up because that kind of just seems like a no-brainer. So I'm starting in the miscellaneous bin, and I find this Hollister tote. Seems really nice. Comps look pretty good. And then right beside it, I find these football pads, which it's football season, so I'm going to scoop those up. I found one comp like it. Same bin, we randomly found this periodic table tie. I'm telling you guys, you can find literally the most random stuff at this place. I know I can make money on that. Same with this Harry Potter flag here that I found. That seems like a Mercari item. We'll throw that in. And then this actually had really good comps, these storage bags from As Seen on TV, so we're going to pick that up. Can't really find much on this. I'll expand on it a little later, but this SI hat I think I can make some cash on. And then I don't really know why I picked this up, if I'm being honest. And whoopsies, we spent like $1 more than I was supposed to.
But I obviously was hand weighing things in the Goodwill bins, so I knew I was going to come up a little short or maybe a little over. I think I did a pretty good job at getting close, so we're just going to let it ride because it's like literally $1 or less that I'm off. Anyways, though, I kind of want to just go over everything I got and kind of explain the purchases a little more than what I did in the stores. So we got this Harry Potter flag here. This I'm going to sell on Mercari for like 10 bucks. Nothing big, but it's super light. I mean, it honestly probably cost me like 15 cents, if that. Should sell decently quick. Probably will have it sold before the next video. Next, this Hollister bag. I honestly thought this was just under a pound. It's actually 1 pound 1 ounce, so this ran me a little over $2. I think I can get like $20 for this thing, and then send it in a padded flat rate envelope, and should make about 10 bucks on that. Next, I think these football pads are actually going to do pretty well for me. I listed these things up at like $28. They're not going to cost that much to ship. At most, they'll cost like $10 to ship, and that's if they're going to California. Again, I'm going to break down the numbers on what everything is going to cost to ship when it sells. I'm going to show you the exact eBay screen so you guys can't say that I'm faking any of this, because again, trying to be as transparent as possible. So these should actually sell pretty quick. It is football season approaching, and I found that pair that was similar to these and some other ones as well. They were going anywhere from like $25 to $30, $35. These aren't in the best of shape, so that's why I listed them at $28. Couldn't find any of this exact kind actually listed, so if someone wants these, then they're gonna have to buy mine. Next, we've got all the small stuff, but we're gonna call this our bread and butter in this series. All these small items that really add up, these first class ships. This one honestly probably shouldn't have picked up, and I definitely wouldn't have picked it up if it weren't for this series. But if you're trying to start up an eBay store, you're trying to build capital, every dollar matters. This is only selling for $6.38, but that person has sold tons of them on eBay, and they're selling like daily. We may only make like $1.50 on it, but hey, we're trying to turn that capital over. We're trying to make more, and that $1.50 can go a long way at the Goodwill Bins. So I guess I'm not that upset. It took like a minute to list. Next, this one's probably going to take a while to sell if I'm being honest. This periodic table tie. Found some similar comps while in store. Not of this exact brand, but new ones selling for like $15 to $20. I honestly just listed this up for like 10 bucks because I'm trying to just move it, and it's under 4 ounces, so we'd make like 5 bucks after everything on this. And that's all we're trying to do, is find those first class ships that we can make at least 5 bucks on, except for this random thing that I picked up because I was trying to get as close to $12 as I could. Then we got this Sports Illustrated hat actually that I can't tell if it's just like a promo hat, if it's a vintage hat. I'm pretty sure it was like given away at like a football game or something, because it feels kind of cheap, but I couldn't find anything like it out there. So I just listed it up at like $12.99. We'll see what happens. We're just trying to generate some capital, and this should actually sell pretty quick. The comps that I showed in Goodwill, that person has sold 138 of these or something crazy like that at like $12.50. So this should be nice, and this is maybe 8 ounces, so that's going to make us some nice profits that we can keep turning over into more. The best buy of the day actually though, and I need to go get more of these, especially if this bad boy sells. I didn't really look these up a ton in store, that's why I didn't shoot a whole big segment on these. They had a whole pallet of these, $1.99 for these disposable gloves. They come in, there's 10 packs in here actually, 10 packs of 100, so there's 1,000. And I didn't even look it up in store like selling by the case. I may have showed it afterwards in the video, but originally when I looked these up, I looked them up by the like 100s, and they were selling for like $8-10, which I thought they were under a pound. I weighed them and they were just over a pound, and I'm like, well shoot, I can't even make money on this. So then I looked it up by the case, and I can sell this whole case anywhere from like $35 to $45. So I listed this up at 40 bucks. If we sell it, we're gonna go use those profits from these to go buy more and see if we can generate a lot of capital off of just this, as they had a whole pallet of these. So I didn't even know this was that good of a find, but it may end up being our best find of the day. So I'd say that was a solid day at Kohls and at the bins. I've gotten all this stuff listed, so now you guys are going to have to wait till the next episode of Flipping from Zero to see what all sold, how much money I made, how many more things that I bought. Eventually we will get into retail and online arbitrage. That is my bread and butter. You guys know that thrift stores and stuff like that are kind of out of my element, but I always tell you guys that the best way to start and generate capital is by selling things from around your house. So that's what we did. Taking that capital to the thrift stores, because that is a way to get a lot of inventory that you can keep flipping over and over to keep making more money. Once you have that capital is when you can even think about getting into retail and online. And doing this process of selling things from around your house and thrift stores is the best way to learn the reselling game, learning how to look up comps, looking up sell-through rates, and kind of just learning your bread and butter, what sells for you. Comment which item you think is going to sell first from this haul today, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. There's money to be made everywhere, guys. Let's go get it. Thank you for watching The Millennial Prophet.